What's up, guys? Back here with some semifinal action. This is Frank Maialetti, also known as the pool hall from the cue ball from the pool hall, special guest commentator here for FEDOR GORST versus Jin-Hu Dang. We're gonna get started here any minute. Just go over a couple things real quick. This match is being played under WPA rules, which means alternate break, 9-ball on the spot, no break box, and the 3-point break rule is in effect. The 3-point break rule requires a minimum of 3 object balls to be either pocketed or touch the head string on the break shot in 9-ball. If a player fails to meet this requirement, they have committed a non-compliant break. The opponent then has a choice to accept the table as it lies or have the balls re-racked for the offending player to break again. All right, I pre-recorded those because I know I'm probably going to be asked a bunch of times tonight about the 3-point break system. So to save my voice, I'm just going to replay that. We're going to get started here in a minute.
FEDOR GORST 在2019年获得9球世锦赛冠军，在2024年获得世界撞球大师赛冠军。今天的半决赛一定是场精彩激烈的对局。我们罗伊刚颖。
Nice little introduction for the players. Guys, before we get started, understand that I have no control over the cameras. I have no control over what comes on the screen. The feed is being sent to me from China, and then I'm re-putting the feed out back to the world. So again, I cannot change anything that's popping up on the screen. And we are underway here. FEDOR GORST. Just want to adjust a couple things real quick. All right, I don't know too much about Dang. I do know that he won a Matchroom event. I think his first time playing. I think it was like the Spanish Open or something like that. Let me pull some stuff up on him real quick. I do know that on the Matchroom Tour, he's ranked number 59. Yeah, he won the Spanish Open in 2023. All right, he's going to float the cue ball over. He's got the 7 in the side pocket. He's going to let the cue ball roll to the right-hand side, coming off the right rail, coming over for the 8. Play the 8 on the bottom left corner. Coming out for the 9, going to play the 9 to the bottom right. Looks like Dang is going to take a 1-0 lead here in the opening rack. All right, we have 1-0 on the score. All right, 1-0 on the score. It's going to be FEDOR's break. This match is being played under WPA rules, which means alternate break, 9-ball on the spot, no break box, and the 3-point break rule is in effect. All right, the break does qualify. All right, right from the gate, FEDOR's going to go airborne on the 1, jumping over the 4-ball. Does not make the 1-ball. All right, keep an eye on the 2. He's going to put a little bit of a spin on this ball to kind of hold it for the 2-8. All right, he spins the cue ball over for the 3. Looking to play the 3 up into the top pocket on the right-hand side. He'll come 1 rail over for the 4-ball. He could play the 4-ball either in the side pocket or any of the 2 top pockets. I'm going to opt for 2 rails and play the 4 at the top left. It's going to give him a 2-rail angle coming out. Coming over, he has the 5 to the bottom left corner. Just going to want to punch the cue ball into the left rail, come back out for the 6. Cue balls are moving very well for Dang right now. He's looking to take a 2-0 lead here real fast. Adam, I wasn't able to find anything on his Fargo. I do know that he plays well, though. He's won a couple events over in China. In the matchroom circuit, he's ranked number 59th right now. All right, we're going into rack 3. Federer's trailing 2-0. All right, here's Federer's break. Three needs to get up there. All right, the break does qualify. All right, Federer misses the 2. Going to be Dang's chance at the table right now. Watch out for that 9. It's going to kiss off. He's going to need the bridge. He still should have a shot on the 4 ball in the bottom right pocket. He's going to want to play a little bit of inside English coming between that 5-7. All right, he has the 5-ball in the corner. Going to come out towards the middle of the table. He wants to play the 6 up to the top right. Looks like Jin-Hu Dang is coming through here, firing on all cylinders here in the first couple of racks. Pretty straight on the 7. He doesn't need to do too much work with the cue ball. Eight to the top corner with a little bit of low English. He's just going to pull out right past the side pocket and then play the 9 towards the bottom left. All right, we got a quick 3-0 lead here. Jin-Hu Dang over FEDOR GORST. All right, we're going to have a player break here from FEDOR. We'll be right back here with a word from our sponsors.
What's up, everybody? This is Dave from Classic Billiards down here in South Florida. We do things a little bit differently here compared to your old pool hall. It doesn't smell like mothballs. It's not exactly a library, and nobody's shushing you like this is church. We're all about having fun, eating chicken wings, drinking beer, and knocking some balls around. Don't let that mistake you. We still got the skills, baby. So if you're ever down in South Florida, come check us out at Classics.
Hello guys, I'm FEDOR GORST and you're watching Billiard Sports Network.
All right, coming out of commercial break at 3 0 right now. Jin-Hu Dang over FEDOR GORST. FEDOR took his player break. All right, Rack does qualify. One ball's in a tough spot. The 5 ball up in that corner there. It's not unmakeable, the 1-5 combination. I don't know if he's going to be able to slide it in to the pocket off the rail. He might take the shot across table. And he's going to play the safe shot, roll the cue across the table. All right, let's see FEDOR coming up to the table. Not in the best starting position. Balls are just not getting to where FEDOR wants them to be. He's going to have to make adjustments quick, or this could be a fast match. And cue ball gets to the rail. 3 ball in the way a little bit. FEDOR coming to the table with his jump cue. All right, he's going to come over top of the 3, playing the 1 to the bottom right corner. All right, FEDOR's going to get away with it a little bit. Got a little bit of a lucky roll there. 3 and the 2 are in the way. All right, he's looking to come in between the rail and the 2. Doesn't make the hit. All right, this is FEDOR's first real chance at the table. He's got the 3 ball and the 2 down at the other end. He's going to play the 1 up into the top left. All right, FEDOR's going to come back over for the 2, looking to play the 2 and the 3 in the same pocket. All right, 5 up in the corner. FEDOR wants to roll up for the 8. Wants a slight angle on the 8 so he can play off the rail. All right, looks like GORST is going to get on the board here. Looking to make the score 3-1. All right, 3-1 on the score. Federer gets on the board.
It all started at Derby. We brought a few products and had no idea what to expect. Then came Super Billiards Expo, and the support was unreal. Now, seeing the way players and fans have responded, we're constantly coming out with new product, and we know this is just the beginning. Thanks for the support. We are just getting started.
All right, coming back out, 3-1 on the score. There is sound from the table, but the feed that I'm getting is from China, so it has Chinese announcers that you would hear if I turn the volume up. So I have to keep the volume down, so there's not them and me talking over each other. All right, frame number 5. Dang in the lead, 3-1. Federer breaking. Got some people asking about Dang in the chat. 2024, he won 33,000 on the pro circuit. Came in 14th in the Premier League pool, 5th in the World Pool Championships, and 9th in the China Open. He's got a Fargo of 8.17. All right, break qualifies as legal. Federer has the one in the side pocket. No, it's not a YouTube VPN. It's promoters are allowing Federer to broadcast to the U.S. market and his fans. So we have a direct feed directly from the promoter. Federer just a little off right now. He's going to have to tighten that up, or like I said, this could be a quick match. And just like that, Dang makes a mistake. Gets sucked up onto the 7 ball. He's going to have to kick over and make a good hit on the 4. All right, guys, it's 1:30 in the morning where I'm at here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Keep the chat clean, or I'm going to have to start clicking buttons here. All right, tougher shot here. It is cuttable, but I'm not sure if he's going to take it on. If he does, he's got to come with it. Being down 3-1, potentially 4-1 if he misses. Not a good spot for him right now. Gets a good land on the cue ball. Didn't want it there, but he'll take it at this point. All right, a little over 3,100 people watching. If you could do me a favor, also hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons for me. Good save by Federer. Brings a cue ball back behind the 7. Dang does have opportunities at it. Watch cue ball. And back up table. Federer's not going to have the 4 in the pocket. He's going to have to try to roll it down, maybe roll it onto the 5. Actually like that much better. He didn't get as far as he wanted to, though. Dang is going to have a clear shot at the 4 ball. Crunchy. This is a family-friendly YouTube stream. If I told you my thoughts on Kensington, then I probably get us banned off of YouTube pretty quickly. And Federer airborne again on the 4. All right, Dang. Got a pretty solid game plan, I guess you would say, right now against Federer. These alternate break formats, so anything can happen. We saw with Jeff DeLuna yesterday playing Federer. Federer had a big lead. DeLuna caught up. All right, we're going to be staring at 4-1 here any second. All right, 4-1 on the score. Not making excuses for Federer, but I know he has not been feeling well. Immediately after his match yesterday, he went and laid down for a little bit. I love the amount of trolls that come in the room just to say something that could never, like, even get to this portion in their career. It's so funny sometimes. Yeah, I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna start calling me Thor. I'm just gonna start throwing this hammer everywhere. All right, Dang, what a good starting position again. All right, keep an eye on that 5 ball. This is an all-ball foul situation. All right, Q coming over for the 5. Yeah, I would say Dang is far from mediocre. He's one of the top players in China. Uncle Dude, the table is mic'd. What the problem is, I'm getting the feed from China, so I also get the Chinese announcers. So if I brought up any volume, you would hear them and me speaking over each other. Fargo for Dang, I believe, is around 820, 817. All right, Dang gets out to a 5-1 lead currently on FEDOR GORST. FEDOR's got some work he's got to do here. All right. Frame number 7. Gorst trailing by 4 racks here. He's got to pick it up. He's got to come with a good break here. Oh, last second kick by the 3 on the cue ball. right, Federer playing 2 rails on the 2. I'm going to use the 9 and the 4 as a little hide and seek. Dang's going to try to sneak through onto the 2 ball. All right, Federer will replay the 2 back across the table, trying to use the 5 and 9 as coverage. All right, airborne for Dang, looking to come on top of the 2. Jumps and kicks the 2. All right, Federer has a clear hit at the 2 ball. Just going to look to play another safe. Roll the 2 down table. 3's going to be in the way. And he's going to have to come off the rail into the 2. Keep an eye on the carom. You say there should be a limit on how many jump shots per game? All right, Federer left him the 2 ball. Federer's just not executing his safes and his play the way he wants it to be. Cue ball back down table. Good hit on the 2. Going to leak out. Dang has a shot at it. All right, Dang powers that 2 into the bottom left corner. Looking at the 3 in the top right. He gets himself back in line. This could be an issue for Federer, being down by 5 racks. Comes out maybe a little further on the 5 than he wants. He'll play it to the corner. He might use the second rail to slow the cue ball. All right, 2 rails up table now for Dang. He's going to play the 7 in the top left. Let's come over and get close to the 8. Probably wants to be right around center table. Maybe about 1 diamond out. Think about where you're watching the match and then ask me that question again in a few minutes. All right, cue ball comes out. 9 ball to the bottom corner. All right, we have 6-1 on the score. All right, coming back, 6-1 on the score. A couple of mistakes by Gorst cost him a couple racks early. It's not an impossible comeback being down 6-1, but it is tough. Right, break does qualify as legal. Got a good starting position on the 2. Got to remember, guys, you can't put a pack up on this match because it's an alternate break format. So Federer's going to need to play tight from here, and he's going to need his opponent to help him out with a couple misses. Right now, at this juncture of the match, I don't see that happening. Dang playing very strong. Plays at a fast even pace too, gets out pretty quickly to the rack. Q rolls over. He's going to have the 8 ball right in the side pocket. All right, Dang is firing on all cylinders right now. Federer is trailing 7-1. He couldn't spot Federer to 7 stop. All right, rack number 9. Federer trailing by a lot here. Just has to start chipping away one rack at a time. Yeah, at this juncture, there's making a comeback requires your opponent to start playing pretty bad, also missing some shots. What's up, Evan? How's it going, buddy? So it requires obviously skill and a little bit of luck at the same time. All right, 2 ball leaks out. Here's a good chance for Federer. Any hits in the chat? There's how many people we got in the chat here? 4,000, I'd say probably half. All right, he's going to roll over for the 3. Needs to come over and get position on the 4 on the right-hand side. All right, he's in a good position here. Cuts the 4 up to the corner. Needs an angle for the 5 so he can just come off the right side rail. Google Translate is hard at work tonight. All right, 2 rails out to the 9. We got 7 to 2 here momentarily. All right, we got 7 to 2 on the score. We got our ring ladies walking around, almost like a UFC fight. All we're missing is Joe Rogan calling some action with me. This match is being played under WPA rules, which means alternate break, 9 ball on the spot, no break box, and the 3-point break rule is in effect. The 3-point break rule requires a minimum of 3 object balls to be either pocketed or touch the head string on the break shot in 9 ball. If a player fails to meet this requirement, they have committed a non-compliant break. The opponent then has a choice to accept the table as it lies or have the balls re-racked for the offending player to break again. That's my pre-recorded messages. One ball in a tough spot. This could be a little bit of a break that Federer needed. All right, jump cue on the 1. Gets a little fortunate. 3 ball gets in the way. Yeah, but you know what, pal, I can't blame Joe Rogan for promoters not being able to secure money for tournaments. I mean, he shouldn't have to put his money in. It's not his responsibility to make the sport grow. All right, Federer going airborne on the 1. It'll be tough to get over that 3. And for Gorst, all right, Dang got on the 2. That's going to be some tough action here for Federer. cue ball out. Then the 5 ball is going to be tough. If he gets out here and makes it 8-2, it's going to be real tough for Federer to come back. I can do music. All right. 7 in the corner, draws back for the 8. Yeah, this might be tough. Gonna have Club Shanghai in between the racks here. All right, 8-2 on the score. Dang, Jin-Hu right now is putting in some good work here against Federer. Yeah, Federer's gonna have to pick it up going into frame number 11.
It all started at Derby. We brought a few products and had no idea what to expect. Then came Super Billiards Expo, and the support was unreal. Now, seeing the way players and fans have responded, we're constantly coming out with new product, and we know this is just the beginning. Thanks for the support. We are just getting started.
All right, frame number 11. Federer down by 6 racks. It's going to be his break. All right, break is considered legal. And drawing back for the 5 in the side pocket. Evan, no, Christina lost to Kawahara. She's actually sitting in the stands right now watching the match. What's up, Fernando? How's it going, buddy? Got a little rough on that 6-ball. Gonna need a big bounce off this rail. I don't think he's gonna get it. Oh, he did get there on the 7. You know, it's so funny. You can't please everybody here. People complaining it's too quiet now. You don't want music. Make up your minds, guys. All right, 8-3 on the score. Checks, you don't need to, well, it's too much for you in here. You don't need to be there anymore to watch it. Great break by Dang. He makes 4 on the break. Famous Scott's a friend of mine. He's just breaking my balls. It's amazing how much little music puts everybody on tilt. It's crazy. Let's all complain about the free stream. Ryan, I beg to differ, but okay, everybody has their own opinion. Collins and I are buddies, but strong. Yeah. You're more like a thorn in my side, Scott. All right, Dang out to the 9 again. Just not missing. All right, 9-3 on the score. Scripted? That's a hot take. Do they drug test? I have no idea. All right, he has a shot at the two ball. He can play the two ball to the top left corner. Come back down table. Bumps the 3 on the way out. I believe first place is 40,000. No, Casey Duang's not in this event. Cue ball leaks out behind the 8. I'm supposed to stay behind the 8. Let's see if the cameraman changes views here. I'm not sure how much room he has behind the 3 to make it to the corner. What it could be an opening Federer needs. 3 ball into the corner, 4's open. I can definitely tell you Federer's not nervous. He's just not executing. Just not getting the balls to where he needs it to be. Not executing. I do believe this was his first match this week on the main table. Also, every table that I've called this week on his shots have been on the side tables. I'm not giving him excuses, but he may not just might have a hard time getting down the cloth and the speed of the table. I can tell you, Federer's not nervous. All right, he has the 5 in the corner. Kind of comes short side on the 6. Unless he decides to draw into the rail in between the 6-9. All right, he does come between the 6 and the 9. He's going to have the 7 ball up into the corner. Could also play it into the side pocket. It's just going to be his choice which one he wants to play. All right, pockets a 7 in the side pocket. He's got the 8 waiting for him in the top right corner. All right, he's going to come around, looking to make this 9-4, trying to inch a little bit closer. All right, we got 9-4 on the score. All right, 9-4 on the score. Dang breaking. Federer's going to need a little bit of luck. All right, 3 ball gets in the way. Dang does not have a clear shot at the 2. I would love to be in a taco ring game. Yeah, I'm in for the taco ring game. All right, Federer giving it back. Ooh, cue ball almost scratched. If that 2 is makeable, let's see if the cameraman changes position. If that 2 is makeable, then this becomes a little interesting. Combination of both, Zach. All right, Federer's going to need to be on the left side of the 5 ball. At least from this angle. It's tough to tell with this, I don't know what to call it, bird's eye view. Watch the side pocket. It's not an alibi. He's been sick. I've been talking to him all week. Oh, misses the 5. That is big. That was a very important shot for Federer. That was his chance of keeping the comeback alive. He said it was an easy ball. Sure it was. All right, and Jin-Hu is on the hill against Federer with a score of 10-4. Guys, I know a lot of you think that, Federer is just incapable of losing. And obviously, I love Federer, but sometimes you just have a bad set. Every player will tell you that. Sometimes you're not feeling good. Sometimes the cue ball just doesn't roll your way. It happens. We want to see our favorite players win, but don't take anything away from Jin-Hu. He was running balls every chance he had it to get out. He played an amazing set. There's people in the chat saying he's not that good. He's like top 50 in the world, top 60 in the world, so you can't say he's not that good. Dang kicks the one ball up table. It's going to be a makeable shot for Federer. He can play one into the top left corner. All right, he's also going to have the two ball in the same pocket. The other semifinal is Daniel Masial and Wojciech Sajic. His career is over now. Tell me you don't watch pool without telling me you don't watch pool. What's up, Nick? How's it going, buddy? All right, Federer staying down on it. Yeah, Mark, I should probably not root for Federer while I'm commentating on his page. Yeah, that's a good hot take. All right, back and forth for the 9 ball. I'm going to play the 9 to the bottom right. Oh, sorry, pal. I thought you were talking to me. Apologize for that. All right, 10-5. Rusty, it's the way they have this camera. I'm remote streaming the event back in the US. The camera they have is this camera's probably like 40 or 50 feet away from the table, zoomed in. Thanks, Fernando. Appreciate it, pal. right, if he cuts his 2 in, this could be problematic. All right, 3 ball's going to get in the way. I would agree with that right now. That Yap is probably the #1 player of the year. All right, he got a good bump on that 5, so it's going to hold him behind the 6-7. Nice jump off the side rail into the 2. That's a tough shot to be able to execute. I think everybody forgets that when you have a pool tournament, let's just say a 64-player tournament, 63 players are going home losers. All right, around to the 3 ball. Going to use that second rail to slow the cue down. Yeah, I'm down too, Donovan. I'll take second place cash every week. All right, good position onto the 5. I'll play the 5 in the corner. Just going to draw the cue right over to next to the 6. Play the 6 up into the corner. Everybody got that bar pub energy, I guess, tonight. Wise, hay ball tables are tough to play on, but this isn't a Chinese table. This is a Rassen. All right, we're looking at 10-6. All right, we get 10-6 on the score here. Federer doesn't even beat Prime Shirt. Doesn't Federer have like 100 grand to Shane's money right now? I don't believe he did, Kay. All right, we're on the player break. We'll be right back.
It all started at Derby. We brought a few products and had no idea what to expect. Then came Super Billiards Expo, and the support was unreal. Now, seeing the way players and fans have responded, we're constantly coming out with new product, and we know this is just the beginning. Thanks for the support. We are just getting started.
It's funny that you say Shane, that Federer lost to Shane when Shane was trying. You think Shane played for 100 grand and wasn't trying to win? That's hysterical. All right, Federer. About to break frame number 17. He's got a chance to come off that rail on the 2-ball. Not really a knock on Federer. You come in here, you fire that out, and then say it's not a knock on Federer. Then why say it? I don't get it. Oh, he misses the 2-ball there. He had to get into it good. 2-ball's going to land up good for him, though. Let's see if Dan can maybe tuck the cue ball underneath the 4. Cue's going to roll up behind the 5-ball. Luck's starting to go Federer's way a little bit here right now. In the beginning, Federer missed a couple shots, and Dang just was getting out from everywhere. Let's see if maybe the tide of the match is turning. And just like that, Dang comes back with a great shot. Snooker's Federer behind the 7 ball. Federer kicks the 2 ball in. Once that cue to slow down, gets position on the 3. Europe. Europe, are you going to beat the Mosconi? All right, Q coming down for the 5 ball. All right, he's got the 7 ball in the corner. Does he float to the side above the 8? Which just looks like he's going to do. He's just going to float up. No, he's going to stay below the 8 then. Okay, I'll just play the 8 to the corner. Hold for the 9 in the left side pocket. All right, 10-7 on the score. Federer making a little mini comeback here. Still needs a lot of help, though, being down by 3 racks and Dang on the hill. Dang will be getting breaks. Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate it, especially if you're in the States and you're up late. 3:17 a.m. here on the East Coast. Dang makes a ball in the side pocket. I believe that 5 is in the way. He jumps the 1 ball in. 10 a.m. in Kenya. Nice. Did not get the best leave on the 2-ball that he wanted. Dang going for the 2. There is a good kick and stick option here for Federer, coming behind the 2, kicking it up table. A lot of U.S. here. Toronto, Texas. Laura, I know where you're at. Second semifinal will be 6:30. It's going to be Daniel Maciel versus Wojciech Sajic. And then the final is tomorrow at 1:30. Can Dang spin off the rail on this 2-ball? All right, he's gonna go to the left side into the 2. He's gonna go into it full. Oh, 2-ball becomes makeable. Yeah, exactly, LJ. Federer is starting to get some rolls now, but is it too little too late being down by 3 racks? Oh. Oh. 2-ball holds up in the pocket. That 4-9 combo is a possibility for Dang. And right now, game is in Dang's hands. He has the chance to get out here and get himself into the finals. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Nope, he got there. Nick, this is actually the first of the two semis. Maciel and Sajak are going to be playing each other at 6:30. All right, folks, I believe that's going to be it. Mr. Dang played a good set. Federer fought back a little bit, but a couple mistakes early cost him a couple racks, and ultimately that's going to cost him the match. Third place finish here for Federer in the 2025 China Open. Good luck to Mr. Dang going forward. All right, guys. That's going to be it for us. I'm going to bed. It's almost 4 a.m. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you keep that troll energy on the next round.